Welcome to Western Wisconsin Journal. I'm happy to be back with an art interview. And actually, it's the arts in general. I had to go back to the Phipps Center for someone I haven't talked to in quite a while. So I want to welcome Anastasia Shartin to the show.
Hi Bobbi, thanks.
Good to have you back.
Yeah.
And she has the title of Cultural Director. She's been at the Phipps for quite a while, and I feel like I have too. You know, and I've seen you off and on,
Right.
and I love the galleries. I do have a lot of love for art because it's in my family too. Mm-hmm. So I thought maybe we'd start with the art galleries.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I love to see them when I go down there. Oh, and I did want to say thank you for the annual high school exhibition.
Yeah.
I always enjoy that.
Isn't that great?
Fun to see what they do.
Yeah. So as you said, that's an annual show.
That is annual.
Every spring, we invite all of the high school age students from the area. It's an annual area high school art exhibition. So I think there are about 30 high schools on our list that we reach out to. This year, 16 different students from 16 different high schools participated. So that's a really great, representation of the creativity of our youth here in the region. So
it's wonderful because
it's a great show.
I had a son who was into that kind of thing. And I do believe Dave was even into it when he taught at Baldwin.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's been a wonderful thing that you've introduced there.
Oh, thank you.
But I know you have some other things to talk about, even though we're into May now.
Yeah.
But we're going to try to go into June more. But you have something going on May 20th.
Yeah, well, so the high school show, by the time this airs, that will have closed. But we turn shows around really quickly in the galleries. So we kind of close a show on a Sunday, take the work out on a Monday, kind of patch and paint Tuesday, get work back in there Wednesday, Thursday, and then open. So you're right, Friday, May 20th. We'll have a whole new set of shows in there. There's a number of artists who will be showing, and I brought my cheat sheet so I wouldn't forget.
Oh, so many names. Yes.
Yeah, and these are artists who all were selected through an annual call process that we do. So that's a July 1 deadline where we have an open call. All artists, from the Twin Cities region who would like to show their work in the galleries or at our off-site programs are encouraged to submit their work. Again, a July 1 deadline, very easy submission process. Good. And through that process, then we select artists, and most artists we then give an individual gallery space to. So we have kind of a series of artists who are showing a large body of their work at the same time, in a series of gallery exhibitions. So that's what's opening May 20th.
Okay.
Mary Beth Magyar from Rochester, Minnesota, is in Gallery 1. Nancy Condon from Stillwater is in Gallery 2. Nancy's a fiber artist. I should say Mary Beth is a sculptor, kind of works with clay and metal.
Yes.
And Nancy's paired with Nicholas Darcour, who's from Minnetonka. And Nicholas does sculpture, mixed media sculpture. So kind of the fiber and the sculpture paired, I think will be really,
that's good.
It'll be a really rich pairing.
Nice.
And then Barb Bjornsson from New Brighton will be in the adjacent gallery, and she creates life-size sculptures of birds that she even very delicately creates the feathers out of paper. I mean, all the details of these birds, and she's pairing those with botanical drawings that she's created. So the Gallery 3 is going to be just this beautiful, natural kind of environment.
Great, that's something I would like.
Yeah. I think people are really going to like that show.
Yes.
And then Lynn Lacey, who's a fiber artist from Mendota Heights, is also going to be showing her work. And Alex Peterson, who's a recent grad from River Falls, UW River Falls, is going to have work in the Riverview Gallery. So there's artists at like different points in their career, artists working in all different media, and the Visual Arts Council kind of selects them really looking at the quality of their work and not trying to create any sort of overarching theme, but just a really rich experience for gallery visitors. So May 20th, the show opens. Artists will be there 6:30 to 8:30 if you're interested in meeting the artists, but then the exhibition will be up through, oh my goodness, I don't have the final date for that show. but we can figure that out.
Well, let me see now.
August 17th.
We should have it between us.
Yes, I think it's August 17th.
Okay, pretty much through summer then.
Yes, pretty much through summer.
Well, that's great. Now, I am really impressed to hear that somebody is graduating and showing. And you have that jury thing, so it's hard to get into the Phipps. I think it's very competitive.
It is. Well, we usually have about like 125-ish, give or take, who apply every year.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's usually about 30 of those submissions that we are able to schedule into the galleries.
Oh.
So that's very competitive. And then there's also, as I said, off-site programs. So usually more artists than those 30 are given exhibition opportunities because of the partnerships that we have with the senior living centers, Woodland Hill in Hudson, and Bayport and Croydale. And we've started up a little version of our healing arts program, restarted that at Westfields in New Richmond as well. So so there's more and more opportunities as COVID is starting to kind of lift a little bit for us to be able to show more
And I was going to
artists.
compliment you on that too. I was just at Woodland Hill last night singing in a little mini concert.
Oh.
And I love it when you bring the art to them. And all the different residence centers are. Well, I've had someone at Croydale too, so I really enjoyed it when I had to walk through there. It helps.
I think so. And, the comments that we get from residents and from staff and from visitors, if you think about it, that's their environment. It's their home. And so in their very public spaces, we've been given space to hang artwork and put sculpture as well. And so it's kind of like every 3 months your environment changes a little bit. You get new work to look at, and it's all original, handmade work. We get comments from residents all the time, kind of sharing experience of artwork they've created, of loved ones who are artists, of artwork they've collected. I mean, it's just such a great, it's an enriching arts program, and it really does that for the residents. I just couldn't be prouder of that program. So
that is a wonderful thing. Is that Margaret Welshon's?
So
is that
Margaret,
similar? Maybe.
So Margaret was the coordinator of the Healing Arts program at Hudson Hospital, and the short story of the long version is that Marion Furlong, when they were building the new hospital, approached the Phipps. This was back in probably about 2001, and said, "We're building a new hospital. We want to, include the healing arts. How can we partner with the Phipps?" And we developed then this rotating exhibition program. Its popularity, or how well that it worked out, then kind of the word spread. And so as people affiliated with Hudson Hospital, also affiliated with Croydale, said, "Hey, Croydale's revamping our facility. Would the Phipps want to be involved?" And so it's just kind of a different version of the program that Margaret was heading up there. We kind of adapted it for these other areas. Yeah,
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
So now, what did we forget?
Oh my goodness. So we talked about the galleries, the new shows opening, but I really want to talk about the tropical rainforest in the Atrium Gallery.
Of course.
Oh my goodness. So Lana Schoberg, who's a local artist here in Hudson, worked with students from Willow River Elementary School to create a tropical rainforest environment using paper, cardboard, paint, found materials, fleece, anything. And worked with them, different grades, had different, parts of the rainforest that they created. And she installed it at the Phipps in our Atrium Gallery for Earth Day. So when on April 22nd, the rainforest, was there, ready, waiting for the birds, because as you know, the neotropical migratory birds that live in the rainforests in South America, South and Central America, migrate during the spring and spend their late spring and summers here in our region. So we were kind of inspired by that, working with Tropical Wings, which is a local volunteer nonprofit organization that is all about habitat restoration and education, in support of the neotropical migratory birds. So tomorrow, the 4th graders who researched individual bird species, studied them, wrote about them, just great tie-ins to their curriculum. The 4th grade teachers were amazing on this project. They then have made birds out of paper and other materials, and they are going to migrate from Willow River Elementary School to the Phipps.
What a great idea.
Yes, and bring their birds. So tomorrow, the birds will fill the atrium gallery. We're going to put bird songs playing there. And so throughout the summer, the tropical rainforest and all of the birds with insects and ants and mammals and reptiles and everything will be this really great environment for people to come visit.
Oh, so that's genius.
It is. And I mean, as you said before we went on air, you walked by it and smiled. And
I did.
I get to see it every day, and every day I smile.
And I turned around and I went in, when I went inside, I went, what is this? And I didn't quite catch on at first, but I thought, boy, it looks very tropical. But what fun, and then to involve the students.
Yeah.
Because that's a double learning experience. It's just wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, I really cannot say enough about the teachers and the principal there. They just embraced this opportunity. They found really creative ways of integrating it into their curriculum, having it support their curriculum, having their curriculum support it, and even down to the migration that they do. They have charted it out and figured out, done all the math to figure out where during their walk they will be crossing the border, from Costa Rica, and onward, and it will be kind of marked out on the pavement. So that will be a really fun day tomorrow.
I tell you, I have to go back to see the birds now.
You do.
I really do.
And you probably want to come back multiple times because it's just going to be so fun.
Well, so when are they bringing the birds? Is it sort of after school or during school?
During school, as part of school.
It is part of the curriculum.
Around 1 o'clock, they're going to leave their school and they're going to migrate to the Phipps. And
What fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that is just so much
And that will
fun.
be up during summer art camp. So really, I think the kids who come for summer art camp are going to love the rainforest.
Yes.
Yeah, and it will be a great, teaching tool for the Just Add Water classes, the art and science classes that we offer, and I think a fun thing for parents to do with maybe younger siblings as they're waiting for their, for their kids to be done with class, or grandparents to come and, bring their kids.
Goodness.
So I think it'll be really fun.
That's just perfect. In fact, you could just see it even when you're driving by.
Yeah.
I mean, it fills up that whole area.
It really does.
Well,
it really does.
Congrats on that. That's another great thing going on down there.
Yeah, I love it. You
do.
can tell. I just love it. I think it's so cool.
I get really excited when the students are learning.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see now. What else?
Well, we kind of touched on summer art camp. Maybe talk about that a bit.
We definitely need to talk about that. That's a huge thing going on there.
Yeah, we have really, I think designed really a great series of classes. There's over 100 classes available in the visual arts, in dance, in theater, and for ages 3 up through teens. So just opportunities for kids to spend their summers at the Phipps. So it starts June 27th, runs through August 12th. So there's 7 weeks of classes. Lots of classes are starting to fill up.
I'm
I
sure.
strongly encourage people to go to thephips.org and look at the brochure and find classes. We've got in the visual arts pottery classes, painting classes, spray painting classes for teens. As I said, kind of art and nature classes. Sculpture classes. It's watercolor.
Perfect is that.
Yeah, could keep going on.
But now I'm looking at age 3. Tell me, is that a little shorter class time?
Right. So all of the classes are designed, A little bit differently. They all, are within a
yeah.
week's time period, but some of them meet, once or twice a week. Some meet 5 days a week. Some meet for 1
Oh,
hour. Some meet for
Yes.
3 hours. So part of that is determined by the ages. Part of it's determined just by what the project is going to be.
Right.
And so really, I think what's great about our schedule is that there's something kind of for everyone, not only, across the arts, but also if you are, just looking for, I just want like some fun afternoon experience, you would be able to find a class in there where it would just be, an hour of an afternoon. I am looking to really, have my kids spend their week at the Phipps. Then there's, classes that are, multiple hours, and you can pair that with other classes, stay
Right.
over the lunch period. There's just kind of opportunities for everyone. I think that's the
I
way
love
we've looked
that.
at it. So
Do you have any idea how many kids you're going to bring in?
last I heard, there were over 300 families enrolled.
Oh my,
So
that's a lot.
That's a lot. Many kids sign up for multiple classes. Many families have multiple kids.
Yeah.
But,
Well, that's
100
true.
different
Yeah.
offerings. And, each class, we try to keep classes somewhat small, so
Right.
anywhere from, kind of 8 to 15 students.
Oh,
So
yes.
that gives you a little bit of an idea of
Yeah,
the
and then I
scope,
suppose there's a nominal fee.
each class
Especially-
does charge, yeah.
Yeah.
There are fees for the classes, and they range, from the smaller classes, the shorter, length classes are much less expensive. Classes that don't require as many materials would be a little less expensive.
Oh, yeah.
But we also were very fortunate to receive a grant from the Anne Marie Foundation to support Summer Art Camp. So
Nice.
that's helping to offset some of the materials costs.
Oh.
So for a class like the spray paint muraling, where materials costs, to have really good masks and to have the right, paints for outdoor murals, that can be very expensive, and
Yes.
probably most families wouldn't be able to afford it. So that's the kind of class that through Anne Marie Foundation, we're able to kind of offset that expense. And then there are some other classes as well. So
Wow,
yeah.
you just piqued my interest there.
Oh, good.
How would they be able to do a mural?
So they're working with Thomasina Topbear, is the artist who's going to lead them through that. She's one of the artists who made a panel for Project 30.1.
Yes, that was a big deal with me.
Yeah, it's a good project.
I still look at it, on the north side there.
Yeah. So now on the south side, there's a concrete wall that last summer Thomasina worked with a group of kids to spray paint their own design, and we're just going to paint over that. And each year, the kids will get a chance to do a new mural. So it will be on the south end
good.
of the Phipps. Yeah.
Now, are they going to be working together so they kind of decide which child's doing whatever? And
Yeah.
Well,
It's
that's
a
a good
2-day
deal.
class, and the first day they learn the technique of working with spray paint.
Oh boy.
And they kind of start to come up with a design, a theme that they're looking for, and then Thomasina kind of takes their ideas and works up a plan, and then they all come back and execute that plan with their own personal touches. So.
Fun.
Yeah, it's fun, and that's really fun. I mean, for teens to do something and that they can come back to all, throughout the school year, and
That's very, very impressive.
Yeah, and that's just one of the summer art camp classes. There are
Yeah,
so many
but
I'm
I just
excited
got
about.
excited when you talked about it. I was like, well, that's just absolutely wonderful. Great program.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
So,
you.
and you're still doing books and benches.
Yes.
Now, has that gone for a few years?
That has. I would have to look up how many years we've done it. It's for those who don't know, it is a series of free programs that we do in partnership with the local libraries at the art benches, which are all throughout the St. Croix Valley. So
Yes.
I think we have 5 scheduled this year, one in Somerset at Larry Forest Park, one in Osceola at Mill Pond Park, one in Prescott at Freedom Park, one in Bayport at Croydale,
Ooh.
and then the one in Hudson, which is going to be on June 22nd, and that's at Picnic Point in Lakefront Park. So The Art Bench Trail, there's an artbenchtrail.org with all the directions to the benches and the schedule of these events. But they're, the librarian does a story time, the National Park Service ranger comes and talks about the natural environment, of the river there with a hands-on project. And then students leave having picked out gently used books that were donated by Somerset Elementary School students. And also there's a free book that's given away through Who Books, which is a local Hudson nonprofit. So, so if you love to read, if you love nature, if you love parks, if you love public art, this is a really great program.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. No, all those are happening in June this year. So a way to kickstart our summer.
So that's a lot going on for you.
It is.
So, shall we move on to theater?
Yeah, certainly.
Now, what about this Musky Love? What is that?
Yeah, so theater, I have, although you introduced me as the cultural director, my primary focus has always been visual arts. And so, I am becoming more and more familiar with the performing arts here. But I am going to read a little bit of what Musky Love has, since I don't have that off the top of my head. But this is a performance that will be in the John H. Potter Theater, running July 15th through the 31st. And the description is, this crowd-pleasing, laugh-a-minute fishtail is a comic contemporary take on Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing. Set on the shores of Green Bay, Wisconsin, Musky Love features a wonderful blend of tuneful songs and maybe a few feckless fish or two.
Whoever wrote that.
Yes. I think that was, yeah.
So what grades are involved in that one?
This is the Drama Council. So this is a
Drama Council.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these will be adult actors.
Oh
Will
my.
be performing.
Okay.
Yes. I think it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes, it
Just
does.
an entertaining summer event.
So we should tell the dates.
July 15th through July 31st. And again, people can go to the Phipps.org, and we have a brand new website. We just launched a new website that I think is very easy to navigate. And so people should be able to find those dates and the performance times and everything, and ticket prices and all of those details. But that's really the last performance of our season this summer. The new season is going to be announced here in June. So stay tuned.
I need to. I've got to have Darby back.
Yes, yeah. So Darby Lunsford, our new executive director.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed already.
Yeah. And that season will be not only the performances, but also music and dance and all of the other program areas that the Phipps.
And of course, I was involved in the selecting of the music.
Oh, very good. So you even know more about it than
Well, I know more about that, except there were options, like 3 or 4 options.
Yeah.
So I'm not really exactly sure if mine got chosen.
Okay.
But no, I am excited about that.
Well, and there are more performances, music performances this summer before the next season
that's
starts.
right.
So I can share those with you if
Yes,
you'd like.
please do.
Okay. So on Saturday, May 21st, Broadway Baby is in the Black Box Theater. So that's going to be, it says if you're the songs of the golden age of Broadway. And then I think that will be a really fun. That's with the St. Croix Valley Opera. It's going to be doing that.
That
So
would be
it's going to be high
good
quality.
singing.
Yes, exactly.
High quality, like you say.
Yeah, and the Black Box Theater, which is such a great intimate theater space. I think having that music in there is going to be a really really good match. So that's on May 21st, a 7:30 p.m. performance, with tickets starting at $20. And then June 18th would be the next music performance, and that's the Elvis Show. That's at 7:30 on Saturday, June 18th. And it says this is the best Elvis tribute show around. So
I know.
Can't go wrong.
I have seen it once already.
Excellent.
So it's the guy from New Richmond?
So it says Joe Sir and the
Yeah,
Rockabilly
it's
Rebels
Joe,
Band.
Sir. I've
Yep.
seen that.
Yep.
He's been at the Phipps before.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah. And again, that's June 18th, 7:30 in the Black Box Theater again.
Right.
So another, I think a great venue for that. And those tickets are $30.
Oh, okay.
And then to cap off the season, the 2021-22 season, on June 25th and 26th, Colleen Ray is going to be at the Phipps in a performance with the St. Croix Valley Symphony that's directed by Christian Chernahoy, who
Oh, my goodness.
you know very well.
Yes,
and
my
is
friend,
really
one of my best friends.
Yeah.
And such a fine conductor and really excellent musician.
Yeah.
And they work so well together. I know they've done many shows.
Ah, okay.
So
Great.
that's a good one too.
Yes,
All of those are good
yes,
ones.
Yes. So it says Symphony at the Cinema. So dynamic
Ooh.
vocalist Colleen Ray performs classic and contemporary songs from memorable movies such as When You Wish Upon a Star, 9 to 5, Moon River, Arthur's Theme,
Oh, yes.
Evergreen, I Just Called to Say I Love You, Skyfall, The Way You Look Tonight. I mean, these are all classics, right?
Well, really?
Oh, you are gonna have to sing along. Over the Rainbow, Can't Stop the Feelin', and many more. So that's in the John H. Potter Theater also. So
So
yes,
it's
so it's going to be a nice
and 2
big
nights, I
sound.
see. Or 2 days, I should
2
say.
days. Yep. Saturday the 25th at 7:30, and Sunday the 26th at 2:30, and tickets start at $20 for that as well.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, there's a lot of variety there. Excellent things going on.
Yeah.
And the renovating, a lot of people haven't seen it, but I have been through it a couple times. But I haven't been through all the galleries. Have they changed much?
No, the renovations, the Phipps did a capital campaign several years ago, and we kind of picked away at the projects, one of which, like the very first one we did, was to renovate the galleries. So however many years ago that was now, we did that first,
right.
and then kind of the ceramic studio, and then things in the theater. But we took the opportunity that COVID presented to actually close our building last summer and did all of the lobby renovations, so all of the really public spaces. And if you have not been there, to anybody in the community, I really invite you to come. I think the space is beautiful, it's fresh, it's easy to navigate your way through. And also, the galleries, I should say, are always free and open to the public. And our gallery hours have been extended significantly with the updates to the building. So Monday through Saturday, 9:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. So anytime you find yourself in downtown Hudson, whether you're going to meet people in the morning for coffee or meeting somebody for lunch or finding yourself walking through the park for an evening stroll, the galleries will likely be open. Also open Sunday noon to 5. Yeah, so coming into the Phipps, it's always free to come into the Phipps. The galleries are always free. As I mentioned, we turn the galleries over so quickly that there's very few days that you would find the galleries closed. And then it's a great way to come in and, as you said, see the new space, spend some time there, pick up information about what's coming up, and all of that. So yeah.
Wow. Well, this is very exciting. I'll really be excited when I get to hear about the new season too. But no, you've got a wonderful thing here going for this summer, and boy, it is summer now. So this should work really well. And I think we've covered everything.
I think so.
And you even went out of your subject area a little bit, but I like that.
I know. Well, that's kind of.
'Cause I needed to hear it.
So my role is kind of changing there. Here, I've been at the Phipps for 22 years this July, and the organization has really grown and changed, and there's so many opportunities, to do some really great work there. So I'm excited to sort of be a part of some of that change and some of that growth, and use the 22 years and all of the friendships that I've created with people in the community, like you.
Oh, yes, it's just great
really,
talking to you.
Keep the great work going. So
I love your job, but I could never do it. And I just really like the planning that's involved and everything. So
Thank you.
thank you for coming down today
Well,
to the
thank you for
studio,
having
and
me.
fun to have you back.
Yeah, thank you.
And I just know it's not the last time I'll
oh my
interview
gosh,
you.
no.
But thanks again for coming today, and I am going to thank the audience for watching. I'm hoping you're going to contact the Phipps and get some tickets and attend some of these wonderful events. I think we need more art than ever in this world now. So please do come and visit the Phipps. And thanks again for watching.